trying to live my life better every day.
Yeah.
Don't take for granted I'm living.
It's mine, baby.
I just wanna live
The fight that I personally think is an excellent fight for Devin to move up in terms of his competition to face a fighter who has won multiple weight classes and has been able to get in the ring with some top talent. We're talking about a guy who, this guy is one that set down Lomachenko when he first came to 135. This is a guy who has, in LINARES, who has deceptive hand speed. And like everyone's talking about, he's not a guy who lacks in boxing skill, right? The knock against LINARES is that he has been knocked out or stopped, or however you want to phrase it, in each of the fights that he's lost. I believe he has 5 losses, and each one of those, I believe he's probably been stopped. And this is a great fight for Devin because I believe that LINARES is going to come to fight him. I don't think that LINARES is going to come with the idea or the game plan of just trying to hang around Devin Haney and just last. Now, that may change once the fight starts, but the key to the victory for Devin Haney is his greatest weapon outside of his boxing acumen, which is his jab. Devin Haney has one of the best jabs, or one of the better jabs in boxing. He can use it as an educated jab, and he can use it as a weapon. He has the reach to do both, and he has the skill set to do both. He's going to have to use his legs. He's going to have to use his feet. He's going to have to use his entire repertoire because he's fighting a guy who I believe is going to go in there and not give him any respect in terms of his ability to punch. I believe that LINARES is going to go in there believing the quote-unquote hype that a lot of fans say, which is that he cannot punch. And if that's the case, he's going to be able to make it a tough fight for Devin. But I think that Devin is going to be able to, or Devin is going to need to be able to utilize his natural advantages, which is his hand speed and athleticism, because LINARES is going to be in there to try to use a similar style that Jose Luis Castillo used against Floyd Mayweather. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. And so Devin is going to have to be able to utilize his legs, utilize his movement, hook off that jab. He's going to have to test and see where that right hand is after being broken for the fight versus Gamboa. And in this fight, he's going to have to put his thinking cap on because there's going to be times when this fight is going to go off of the game plan in the sense that it's not going to look as pretty as he wants it to. And it's a great thing that he fought Yuriorkis Gamboa, because Yuriorkis Gamboa was able to tie Devin Haney up at times and force Devin Haney to throw short uppercuts in close range in that phone booth, trying to break up the tie-up. Now, with that being said, if I'm trying to coach LINARES, I'm going to tell LINARES to use that same style that Jose Luis Castillo used against Mayweather, or Marcos Maidana tried to use against Mayweather when he fought him in the first fight, which is try to smother Devin Haney and make him uncomfortable, try to tie him up as much as possible, the same way Yuriorkis Gamboa did, and he needs to be able to get in Devin's head before the fight starts, whether it's by calling him a fake paper champion, an email champion, or by going the other route and saying, you are the real champion, you are the best fighter, and trying to play it up to, because sometimes you can, what they call it, you can tell your opponent that they're great, right? So that they can become overconfident in what they do. So, or you can tell them that they suck, which is going to try to get their anger out of them, so that they come off of the game plan that they have and fight off anger instead of intelligence. And I believe that he has to pick one of those ways and try to get in that head, try to get him psychologically, and then get in there and make him uncomfortable, smother the punches in a way that the judges don't see punches landed clearly. I'm going to tell him we're going to be working on cutting off the ring. We're going to be working on taking away the excuse of the guy ran all night. Linares is going to have to come in there in the best shape of his life, because Devin Haney lives in the gym, and we all know that. So Linares is going to have to go in there with more than the idea of, I'm going in here to knock him out and the puncher's chance. So to me, that's what he needs to do. But to me, most people know that I'm a fan of Devin Haney. And so I am wanting him to win, and I think he's going to win. And this fight, I could see going all 12 rounds, and Devin Haney winning probably about 9 of those rounds. The last fight he fought, I don't think he lost a damn second of a round. And I could argue that in most of the fights that he's had so far, he's barely lost any moments of those rounds that he's been in. But this fight, I kind of see differently, because it's a step-up fight. I think it's going to be a fight to where he's going to have to push himself. I think it's going to be a fight to where he's going to be in there with a veteran fighter who knows how to make a fight look mucky and ugly, like, let's say, like a Bernard Hopkins looking fight. And Devin Haney's going to have to go into that chest, man. He's going to have to go into that war chest and go into that repertoire and bring out some of that inside fighting. If there was ever a fight for Devin Haney to showcase his body punching ability and his inside fighting game, it's going to be this one, because I believe that the game plan or the playbook will be to tie him up and to make it look mucky, to smother his punches so he doesn't look crisp. And if he can overcome that and fight in the phone booth, a la Andre Ward, then he's going to increase his chances of winning this fight in an impressive fashion. And he can be a guy who can also stop Linares if he can get in there and get some good punches to the liver, some good body shots to set up everything. But that's my take on it, on this fight. I hope it's going to be a great fight. I hope he gets the credit for the fight if he wins. We all know that Linares is going to get the credit if he wins. But that's all I got for right now.
Yeah, you got to know it's been a long time coming. Yeah. Some niggas that I run with, sitting up in jail cells, suffering, sitting on the outside, suffering. Hard to imagine that close to you, living life so tragic.